the dock, which is Accenture's Global Innovation Centre, and we are part of a community of different disciplines. From a design perspective, it's really how do you humanize a technology? Technologies will do what technologies want to do. They can very much exist in a vacuum. And then you have to think about them in the wild. Like you think about them when you put them in an organization, in a culture, in a community, what happens and the degree to which there's a compatibility between humans and machine. You know, it used to be the servant tool. We designed tools to be servants, and people now think about this idea, the principles of the comrade tool, the idea that our tools become smart and they become collaborators with us. I think the hope is that they amplify the best in humans, you know. We've been talking to some people at Trinity College who are like ethicists and trying to understand the principles of kind of ethical AI. But to understand how you build an AI system is that you just train it with loads of data, and so that is data that exists and it's historic. And so what happens is you don't necessarily know the biases that are already established or already inherent in the data, so you don't even realize the biases you may be basically amplifying.
We have a number of demos that show cutting-edge AI techniques, and the theme in general is how AI can augment human performance. So one of the demos is looking at nurses reviewing medical charts. So the tool that we built actually uses natural language processing and machine learning to take in hundreds of pages of unstructured text, which is the medical charts, and actually recognize where important information is in the text and summarize it up. Another demo we have in here is we built it actually for a police force, and it's looking at when emergency calls come in and how they record the information. The tool that we've built uses voice recognition and location placement to actually take the verbal communication from the person on the phone, convert that into text and highlight important information so that the police officer can spend their time doing things that humans are good at, like calming the person and making sure that all the salient information they need is captured. The government actually demands that if companies make decisions about a person using their data, they have to explain exactly how that decision was made. There's also the trust issue. So at the moment, most of the places where we see AI being used, things like Spotify, Amazon recommendations, getting those decisions wrong is fairly trivial, but it's starting to move into places like medical diagnosis, self-driving cars, and in those situations, trust is essential, and knowing why decisions are made is essential.